It can hold over 82,000 fans, and every one of those seats is filled for this one, as our coverage of the NFL brings us to MetLife Stadium. To kick off, here's Ryan Stonehouse. And away we go from East Rutherford. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
Special teams always play an important role in ball games, and it does right here from the jump. That's going to give the offense terrific field position for this opening drive.
No one around. He's got space. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders take a 6-0 lead right away. Devon Achane with the touchdown. So some fireworks there to start this ball game, Brock. One play, and we already have our first touchdown.
And this just may be the kind of game it's going to turn out to be. Both teams have such quick strike ability. But, boy, on the other side of the field, the coaches have to be wondering, why? Why this team wasn't ready to go? That's a big letdown to begin a football game.
Yeah, no doubt. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Now we have a momentary stoppage for an injured Giant as they get somebody out there to tend to him.
Ready, break.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Normally, when we say somebody's on skates, we're talking about that offensive lineman, right? Driven right back to the quarterback. But I think it's applicable for the entire offense to be on skates. 2 plays, 2 negative plays. Got to find something positive here on 3rd down.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, right there. That's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Complete here to Bowers. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Nice
Love abdominal tear on the first fucking play of the game.
You want to become a quarterback that's right. Turn a short little game, short little pass into some yards after catch. And that quarterback will find you again.
And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down.
Yeah, always do that shit every year.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Ready, check go.
3rd and long for him here. That's Thomas. He's got it. He does it. Touchdown, New York. The Giants finish up their opening drive. Brian Thomas Jr. the touchdown. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
They'll start the drive with Achan. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. 1st down, and they go right back to it. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
2nd down carry for Achan. And the defense...
You ain't me, Dre. Chill all that running all day, B. I play run defense, B.
They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles. Well, they step the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
To the air, 3rd and long. His first throw is an interception. And the Giants take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. New set of downs for him from the 46.
Here we go.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Let's go.
Here's 2nd and 11. His ball's cut by Bowers. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Now looking to throw. Throw reeled in by Thomas. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Giants pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Giants take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Running left, here's Achan. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This game has evolved so much over the years, but there's just certain times, there's certain moments, some flashes of greatness like that you see Dick Butkus, that you see Jack Lambert, that you see Mike Singletary. These middle linebackers stuffing a run. This guy in particular, like the greats used to do.
That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Throwing from the gun. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Well, no luck on his first look of the game. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. The Commanders ready for the punt. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. That one's cut along the left sideline. They manage 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
And he pushed deep into enemy territory with that, down inside the 25. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Here we go. Set.
Back to the well again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Got a man. Bowers has it. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Well, these top-tier offenses have brought the firepower so far. Plenty of points in that first quarter. It's a 14-7 game. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. Second quarter about to get underway, and an opportunity to score here for the Giants. Back now, pressure on its way. And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants take a 13-point lead. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. His third through the air this game. That one splits the uprights. And the Giants double their lead to 14. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Kickoff taken at the 3. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. To give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Connects on the crosser. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. He'll throw it yet again. That's a catch for Nico Collins. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
From the gun on 3rd down. Able to find Achane. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back still doing it to this day.
Short pass brought in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front didn't give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Still sticking with the passing game. This one's caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. A nice gain of 8 there, and that brings them to 1st and goal. Achan will not challenge for the end zone. He loses a bunch here.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Man in motion, headed right. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. Touchdown, Washington! Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Go! Mustang 19!
He's dropping back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB.
Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And the Commanders take over on his 5th interception of the season. 2nd and long. They didn't have to pass, Brock, but you kind of knew that was what was coming. And they had the right coverage out there to pick it off.
Yeah, you really have 2 choices here, Kate, offensively, right? You could play conservative, try to get to a manageable 3rd down, or you go step on the gas with aggressiveness. And I love aggressiveness. The problem? Well, this defense saw it coming, and even more so, they took it away. They went up and attacked it and got the ball for themselves. How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
2nd and 10 now. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. Tried getting it to Nico Collins. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Finds him on the crossing route. And they take him down right along the 30.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 28-yard line.
Offense to the line for second down. Back to throw now. Into the hands of Walker. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
That one's complete, right side. And he'll get it up to the 44.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. So that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. To the air now on 1st and 10. Chased out to his right. And that's incomplete. Wanted to duck there like that, but couldn't connect. They'll throw it. Completed over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Pass complete to Walker. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Tracking 60. Go.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Complete here to Bowers. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
And he's going to take it in for the New York touchdown. The Giants will add to their lead at the end of the half. That one right down the middle. And the Giants drive their lead to 11. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Return starts at the 3. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison, 79 Broncos. Ready?
Throwing it to start this drive. They connect on the deep shot. And he works this to the 38 before going now. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. This ball's caught by Bowers. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
We always hear about a tight end as a quarterback's best friend. That play is so indicative of it, Kate. You love a big target, and you know if you can hit him in stride, he's got a chance to get some big yards after the catch.
Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. Thankfully, not a big loss last play. They're at the 2, second and goal.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick, and 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle.
Going ground game again here. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. One down left before a big decision to make. Do you continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
Third time's the charm. He gets it again. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Giants grow the lead coming out of halftime. Now the PAT try coming up. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Giants push their lead to 18. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. And look at this return. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10, looking to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted.
Yo, man, you playing the champ, B. You think you're shooter, my guy.
Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another carry for him. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Pickup of 7 yards on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
19 tight, 19 tight. Here we go. Set, go.
Setting up a throw. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38.
Set up. 70 Timberwolves.
To throw it on 1st down. That's incomplete left side.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing from the gun. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Here's a handoff up the gut. And they take him down right along the 30. 9 yards on that tote, and now a much different 4th and short decision than a moment ago.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like...
You put it in 1 set. Oh, they can't play tackle, B.
game, you will take it in the NFL.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1.
Here we go, here we go.
Back-to-back carries here. And that hit stops him in his tracks.
You know, Kate, it's almost like the defense was in the offensive huddle before the play. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And the reward is they get off the field.
He's on the move. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Well, you don't get the first
I do that play for a living, B. I know that play, man.
Coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver.
I know that too, and he dumb slow.
Yard gain. Christian Gonzalez getting there for the tackle. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. 3rd and 4 coming up now.
Let's go now.
He's going to throw this one. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
Finding Collins. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. From the red zone now. He brings it in. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Trying to run it in, Achan. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. 3 yards on the gain. Now they just need 2 more on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that brings up 3rd and goal. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
So march it forward after they accept the penalty.
They get rid of the
So now then, after the penalty, this is 1st and goal. Goal to go, they're passing. And they will score! Touchdown, Washington! The Commanders shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Kicking team on to try the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders make it an 11-point ball game. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Simple dive up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
2nd and 3. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
This, our last play of the quarter.
Ready?
They'll run here on 1st down. And they will stop him at the line on what proves to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Here we go, here we go.
This time it's a passing play. Got a man, Bowers has it. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43.
Let's go.
Plowing up the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I don't know, kid. I didn't think he had it, but that back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Let's go now.
Now on 2nd and 10. And the Commanders get home, they drop in. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
An 11-yard loss on the play brings up 3rd down.
Ready? Go.
Looking for a throw here. Throwing deep for the end zone. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up 4th and long.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Here's someone from a family of punters, Ryan Stonehouse, on to punt on 4th. And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. A-Chain running to the right. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Pass play now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Nico Collins, the intended target. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Dropping back to throw. Caught by the open man.
Hit the wrong button, B.
He's at the 10. And he's
Fucking
in.
lucky. I switched the man by accident.
The Commanders now within 1 score in the 4th. And now the Commanders face a very important 2-point attempt. He's throwing for it. And he's got it. That gets him 2 and puts them within a field goal here late. Critical two-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A three-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And this one doesn't go far. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Go!
Pass play coming here. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Here we go! 60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat! Ready?
From midfield now. Launches one deep downfield. This is brought in at the 15. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty.
Okay, ready?
Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20.
Let's go! 7 Pirates! 7 Pirates! Check go!
They're going play action. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. A lot of mess on the move here. Then he takes it in. Touchdown, New York. The Giants make it a 9-point advantage. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Giants make it a 10-point ball game. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30.
At their own 29-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. So 2nd down coming up.
Let's go now!
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. Easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
3rd down from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop?
Oh, he lost the football! And the Commanders pick this one up. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Giants take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, okay, I guess we've got a couple of very giving teams today, Brock. One side coughs it up with a fumble, then the other side graciously hands it right back with the interception.
Hey, listen, if you like playmaking defenses, then you like this game right here. These defenses, they're the ones supplying the big plays, and they're putting their stamp on this game.
And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They give it to him again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
The give here on 2nd. And give him 6 on the rod as that play takes us to the 2-minute warning. He gets a half dozen on the carry, and that's also going to bring up 3rd and 6.
You make that
GG.
call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker, and that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And they make the play at the 23, a gain of only a little. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Out comes the kick team to attempt this field goal. From the left hash, a 40-yard look. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game and really leaves only one remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Complete out to the right. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Timeout taken by the offense. They're second. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Makes the grab in bounds left side. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Throwing from the gun here. Cut out left. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. The Commanders in the hurry-up. They're hustling for the line. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. He's off to the races. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. Looking to tack on the point after. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. Now, I'd say some frustrations at the deficit bleeding over onto the field as they get rung up for the personal foul.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Frustration and emotion, right? You got to play with emotion, but you can't let emotion play you. And especially when you're digging out of a hole like they are.
First and 10 now from the 30. Getting right back to it after that interception. A bit of desperation on this deep shot.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
2nd and 10 now. Trying to push it deep downfield. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
And there's our last stand image of this game. It's intercepted. And the Giants make one of their best plays at the end, coming up with the interception on our final snap of the game. So the Giants come away with the win. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a well-earned win for the Giants as we say so long from New York.